Welcome to this masterclass on elite post-construction site restoration and bidding. Today, we're shifting your mindset from basic janitorial work to highly profitable, OSHA-compliant technical execution. To command premium rates in this industry, you absolutely must operate like an elite professional. And by the end of this session, you're going to possess the exact frameworks to do just that. Let's get started.
We really need to begin by shattering a very common illusion right out of the gate. Post-construction cleaning, it is not just heavy dusting with a shop vac. It is a highly technical, heavily regulated process. You're dealing with hazardous materials, fine particulate matter, and incredibly delicate, newly installed surfaces. It requires distinct chemistry, industrial equipment, and a level of precision that your standard janitorial cleaning simply doesn't demand.
Here is our curriculum for this masterclass. We'll cover compliance and site safety, the three-phase cleaning framework, advanced glass and adhesive restoration, mastering grout haze chemistry, and finally, profitable bidding and project handover. Section 1. Compliance and Site Safety. Establishing the OSHA-regulated baseline. When you operate on an active construction site, you are governed by strict federal standards like OSHA's 29 CFR 1926.25. Listen, this isn't a suggestion. It's a non-negotiable legal requirement. It mandates strict housekeeping to clear egress routes, remove combustible scrap, and actively prevent structural hazards. Your core job here is to make the site fundamentally safe for trades to actually finish their work. Now, to achieve that level of safety, you absolutely need the right gear. Standard janitorial tools will literally just recirculate microscopic silica and drywall dust right back into the air. That's a huge liability. Instead, you must deploy industrial-grade HEPA filtration systems to capture those fine particulates. Plus, you have to protect your technicians. This means proper respiratory PPE like N95 or PAPA respirators, alongside specialized microfibers and two-bucket mopping systems to prevent cross-contamination. Section 2. The three-phase cleaning framework. Operational execution on the job site.
You should never, ever confuse your services with routine janitorial maintenance. Think about it. Routine cleaning is just about basic upkeep and surface wiping. Post-construction, on the other hand, is a systematic, high-density extraction of construction byproducts. It is incredibly labor-intensive. Because the scope is entirely different, your operational pacing and, more importantly, your pricing must reflect this heavy, specialized extraction.
To do this right, you must execute this industry-standard three-phase progression. Phase 1 is the rough clean. This ensures trades can finish their work safely by removing bulk debris. Phase 2, the light clean, tackles heavy scrubbing and fine dust extraction. And finally, Phase 3 is the final sparkle clean. This is that meticulous, streak-free detailing of fixtures and glass that makes the property truly move-in ready for the client.
Section 3. Advanced Glass and Adhesive Restoration. Mitigating surface damage and residues.
Often you'll see amateurs grab a heat tool, like a hairdryer, to soften up stubborn adhesive backing on windows. But you must strictly avoid inducing thermal shock. Hitting a cold windscreen or a freezing architectural glass panel with sudden, intense heat causes uneven expansion, and it will shatter instantly. It's like dropping an ice cube in boiling water. You absolutely must understand the physical limits of the material you're working with. Your mechanical approach has to adapt instantly to the substrate. Utilizing a shallow-angled single-edge razor blade on wet, plain glass, highly efficient. But doing that exact same thing on tinted, coated, or printed glass, that is a costly amateur mistake that will permanently score the surface. For specialty glass, you have to put the blade away and rely entirely on chemical solvents and gentle microfiber lifting. So you must choose the exact right chemistry for residues that resist heat and scraping. Luckily, you have an arsenal at your disposal. White vinegar is excellent for a safe 10-minute soak. WD-40 is fantastic for breaking down oily residues. Acetone dissolves stubborn materials incredibly fast, though you have to keep it far away from plastics. But the real secret to all of these? Dwell time. You have to allow adequate time for the chemistry to actually break the adhesive bond before you even attempt to wipe it away.
Section 4. Mastering grout haze chemistry. Dissolving microscopic curing binders.
Now, grout haze is not simply dirt. You cannot just mop it away with soap and water. It's actually a chemical bond of Portland cement, latex, or epoxy resins that has adhered directly to the face of the tile. If left untreated, this microscopic layer acts exactly like Velcro for future grime, permanently dulling the floor.
Timing is a highly critical professional insight when you're dealing with haze. You can't attack it immediately, but you also can't wait forever. You must wait at least 24 to 72 hours for the grout and the joints to properly cure before you apply any harsh chemicals. But whatever you do not wait past 10 days. If you do, that binder will permanently lock onto the substrate, which turns a standard cleanup into a highly expensive, extremely difficult restoration job.
You also must perfectly match your chemical cleaner to the tile type. For ceramic or porcelain with standard cement grout, acid-based cleaners are your go-to. However, deploying an acidic cleaner on a natural stone, like marble or travertine, will instantly cause a permanent chemical burn known as etching. It's ruined. For stone or for tough epoxy grouts, you must use alkaline or specialized high-viscosity solvent cleaners.
When you do this, you must execute the step-by-step process flawlessly. First, always pre-wet the grout joints with clean water so they don't absorb the raw chemical. Second, apply the chemistry and let it dwell. Do not let it dry out. Third, agitate safely with a non-scratch white nylon pad. Fourth, extract the dirty slurry. And fifth, neutralize the surface with a strict 2-bucket clean water rinse to guarantee no chemical residue is left behind. Section 5. Profitable bidding and project handover, monetizing elite technical expertise. You really have to understand your worth in this market. While base rates for simple cleans begin lower, elite commercial post-construction cleaning can easily command up to 75 cents per square foot, and sometimes even higher. Why? Because you are factoring in the specialized HEPA equipment, the high insurance liability, your advanced chemical expertise, and that meticulous final sparkle execution that general laborers simply cannot provide. Bidding should never, ever be a flat guess. You need to break it down by phase. The rough clean handles the heavy debris at about 10 to 40 cents a square foot. The final sparkle clean, which requires immense detail, commands roughly 25 to 85 cents. And the touch-up clean handles those last-minute fingerprints before the final handover. You have to calculate your pricing based on the specific phase, the square footage, and the actual density of the required labor.
A world-class operation structures every single proposal meticulously. You must account for your labor hours, your specialized materials, equipment depreciation, and of course, your overhead and insurance. But most importantly, you lock in a strict, non-negotiable professional profit margin. You do not absorb costs, you calculate them into the bid.
So I'll leave you with this question to ask yourself. Are you stepping onto the job site to do janitorial work, or are you executing a premium, highly profitable technical restoration? The difference between those two mindsets dictates your market value. Apply the safety frameworks we discussed, master the chemistry, and enforce your operational standards. If you do that, you will command the respect and the revenue of an elite industry professional. Master these foundations today, and you'll be ready to scale these exact systems into a massive, highly profitable operation.